Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to turn our focus just a little bit on outdoor decor, and probably not the typical outdoor decor for Christmas that you are normally looking at, but something more along the lines for a porch or a garden. Me in particular, for me, I am looking a little bit into a little bit more ornaments for my kitchen garden. And so I'm thinking along the lines of maybe some little Disney figures that relate to Christmas, or maybe some elves or gnomes or reindeer. Things that pertain to the outdoors. And winter, Christmas, of course. I did manage to find some more nativity decor, and at Walmart and Dollarama they began coming out with more items, and I may opt for something along the lines of the holy theme. But I don't want my little garden to become very cluttered, and so I'm going to keep it to a minimum. So let's head on to one of my favorite places for Christmas decor and outside items. And I have such a late start today, but I didn't drink nearly enough coffee this morning. So I have to first stop off somewhere and try to infuse my system with a little more caffeine. So let's start this day at 2:30 p.m. Hi guys, so if you remember from last year's Vlogmas, it turns out that Bailey's latte happened to be one of my most favorite drinks. It became my favorite of all times, and so here I am trying it again, not because I don't know what it tastes like, but because I love it so much. So can you see that? Oh, that beautiful, delicious looking froth in the cup. That's why I love it so much. Oh my goodness. It's even better than I remember it from last year. I have to try and make one of these at home. Wow, it gets dark so fast these days. Sorry about the lighting, but this will do. As long as you can see that it's me here talking, I'm fine with that. So that walkthrough really surprised me because when I came last year, it was just opening, and it was quite clean of any Christmas ornaments or items at all. And so I was very skeptical about this location. But once I went in, I was so wonderfully surprised and delighted at all the awesome outdoor decor that they had. Now, they did have a great many indoor decorations as well, but because we've already passed that stage, I decided to just stick with the outdoorsy things. And I did find one or two things that tempted me, but I came out empty-handed, to tell you the truth, and I decided to hold off on decorating the kitchen garden until I pick up a couple of gifts for people that I will be handing out to them, just so that I clear my mind of that one distraction. And so maybe once I'm more in a calm and focus mood, I can come back and pick up those two little items. And they were just some cute little stuffed wintry figurines, and yes, I did film them. So they were on skis. They were so cute, guys, and so they would be perfect for the garden. I may come back. I was also very pleasantly surprised that I found more nativity items. It was a beautiful set too. I found a couple. And also the Christmas village. Now, if you remember, 2 years ago, I purchased my little tiny miniature Christmas village at Rona. And now, when I saw that selection, which has grown and developed, it's so much bigger and more beautiful this year, I'm thinking maybe I should pick up a couple more pieces eventually. Maybe not this year. I'm starting to go crazy again, but I think for now, for this year, I have quite enough in terms of a little Christmas village. So anyway, I think we're gonna head on home right now. Everybody, I'm home, and it feels so nice to be inside, all warm and cozy. It's kind of messy driving out in cold weather, and we had our first little snowfall today. And but I used to say, well, if there's anything lacking in having you feel right into the Christmas spirit, it would be, a beautiful snowfall. Well, even that this year hasn't got my spirits quite there yet. I'm not sure. Maybe it's still, we're still only in the 9th day of December, so maybe I'll warm up to it a little later on. I'm not sure. I think, one of the reasons why, or that I'm aware of, why I'm not quite into the Christmas spirit as I normally am, is kind of because I'm very worried about my country and my province and my city right now. We are not all, I would like to say that all the countries on earth are unified in spirit and in peace. I would like to feel that we are all at peace with one another, especially at this time of year, right? But lately, it hasn't been that comfortable reading headlines all across the world, and maybe not all of them all across the world, but a lot of them across the world. And I'm wondering what we're exactly missing here, why we have to struggle with one another in terms of universal peace, and how can we eradicate all this political friction that seems to be, coming out of nowhere and developing into really thick, tense discomfort. Well, how can we alleviate that? Right now, the world seems to me to be a not very steady or stable place to be. And yet the world is the only place I know, and so I have to stay here. I love life itself, but guys, I think 9/11 changed so much for us. And if you were born after 9/11, you could not possibly know how peaceful day-to-day life actually was, how easy, how happy and wonderful and blissful. And, I remember being not so happy when I was a little younger, way before 9/11. But I think now it's all that mindset that sank in to every country in the world since 9/11, that bothers me. And I think it gets in the way of, goodwill and universal peace. I really do. I never get political or religious on my channel. But in terms of politics, I think that my own political leaders are not evil. They are not conniving. They are not, they make mistakes like you and I do. They're human. And so the only thing is that sometimes they don't see the world the way that you and I do, because they come from a different place and they go to their office every day, and they're very well guarded and protected. So they do not see the dangers that kind of look out at us on a daily basis sometimes. And, I know that they mean well, and I know that they're not evil people. I know that they're nonviolent, but sometimes, things just get out of hand. And I think in our struggle to obtain universal peace, we sometimes lose our patience. And I don't know where that's going to lead us. I don't know what that's going to bring. We have to remember that this is the time of year where people should be as warm and giving to one another as they possibly can be, just because I think it's in human nature to try and follow in our ancestors' footsteps. And I think that is what they would have wanted to do. I know that my grandparents were always on their utmost behavior, especially around Christmas time. They wanted to bring peace and warmth and generosity to their friends and loved ones, their family. And I want to be the same way. I want to try to do that. But sometimes, you know, living in this chaotic world, it really affects your emotional security, your emotional well-being. You don't know what to think. You don't know what's going to come at you next. And so that's really all I'm going to say on the matter. I just hope that everybody finds a way to come to terms with their own issues. And I know that holidays can be so stressful. And I think, you know, I may be doing a little bit of a vlog later on how to relieve the holiday stresses, because I think that's important to your well-being and your mental and physical health. You need to pamper yourself. You need to be good to yourself. But you also need to be good to others, the people around you, and the people who matter the most to you. And you know, lately, with respect to my own issues, I've been spewing out a lot of toxicity to my closest loved ones, because I have been putting in a position where my everyday life is so chaotic sometimes that I don't know which end is up. But it all boils down to this. Whatever comes at you, I think if we know that we can rely on one another for assistance and support and strength and courage, I think we're going to be okay. So guys, that is about all I have for you tonight. And I hope that you enjoyed that beautiful Rona walkthrough. I want to go back. And even though I came away empty-handed, it did, you know, lift my spirits immensely. And not that I was in a really bad mood or anything before I got there, but it just made me feel wonderful that there was a place so close by that could be so full of wonderful and amazing Christmas things. So thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will end Vlogmas Day 9 right here and now. Please don't forget to subscribe.